Hey, it is Zennial Gamer back with some more Infinity Kingdom content for you guys. Now, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Infinity Kingdom. With that said, although today's video is promoted, it's a game I've been playing every single day since I started my partnership with them. It's a game that I'm truly enjoying. As a matter of fact, this is now the first game that I open up every single morning and usually the last game that I'm playing every single night. Now, Infinity Kingdom, guys, we've talked about the game a little bit in two previous videos in case you didn't catch them or if you'd like to know a little bit more. At its heart, this is a city building war game. So, essentially what that means is that you're going to build up your city, your kingdom, and you're going to level up your buildings in order to make your overall everything stronger. It makes your army stronger. It makes your immortals who lead your army stronger. It allows you to collect resources faster to continue to grow your city, and ultimately, the goal of the game is to get your armies as strong as you can so that you can go out into the world and you can attack other players, because it is a PvP game. Now, in the world, you can also farm, you can attack bosses, you can attack gnomes. There's a lot of other things you can do. We're going to be talking about a lot of that in the fourth video, as a matter of fact. But today, what I would like to focus on is what exactly are you building in your city and what are the benefits of the different things that you build. Now, there are four core things that you're going to be upgrading within your kingdom. The first is just the general buildings, and you can see, like right now, I have got two of my barracks. These are my bowman barracks, these are my cavalry barracks. Both of these are upgrading right now. I am also upgrading my hospital, because when those bowmen and those cavalrymen go out and fight, they get injured, and they go to the hospital where we can heal them. So, the first thing that you can upgrade within your kingdom, and the thing we're going to spend the most time talking about today, is the buildings. But just a quick note that there are a couple of other things you can upgrade. One of those is your dragons. Guys, the dragons are one of my favorite parts of the game. There's something about this water dragon right here, Glenwar. He just reminds me of Shaki. I don't know why, there's just something about him. He's like kind of whimsical and kind of intimidating. You feel like he wouldn't actually hurt anything. Of course, when he's leading your armies, you want him to hurt a lot of things. Shaki, I don't want her to hurt. Shaki's my Rottweiler German Shepherd, for those of you who haven't seen the live streams. I don't really want her hurting things, but yeah, there's just something about the animation on his face. But no, honestly, so you can upgrade your dragons within your kingdom. That's where the upgrade building is. You can also upgrade technologies. Now, the last part of this video, we're going to talk about the different technologies and what the benefits of them are. But for right now, let's just take a real quick tour of the kingdom. Now, to start off with, outside your kingdom, you have your resource territories. So your smelteries are what produce iron. Now, guys, you can see my smelteries right now, they're level 26, which means that I produce iron at a faster rate than, for example, if my smeltery was level 25. I also have a higher max storage, so if I am doing something stupid like sleeping for a while, when I log in, there's a good chance that my smelteries continue to produce iron throughout the night. Now, that is one of the keys. Every single building you upgrade is going to give you some benefits, whether, for example, with your resources, if it's a production boost and a storage capacity, or if it's something like your castle, which is going to give you additional troops that you can, well, it's actually going to allow your immortals to lead additional troops within your armies. So every building gives you a benefit. Now, that leads to the question, what should I upgrade first? Well, if you see this little icon right over here, the little building icon, if we click on this, you're going to see all of the different things that you can upgrade, all of the different things in your kingdom. It's a really actually convenient quick menu. So if I were to click on my castle and try and upgrade it, for example, you would see a list of things that have to be upgraded. You would also see I'm a little short on resources to upgrade my castle. So, for example, my wall needs to get to level 26 before I can bring my castle to 27. In other words, you're going to level everything pretty much in order. You don't have to worry. The game makes it simple for you. You don't have to worry about choosing which things specifically that you want to level first or second, other than like choosing, for me, which things I bring to level 27 before other things I bring to level 27. The real key here, though, is that you want to keep things building all the time. So you can see right here, like my upgrades right now, they're 1 day 5 hours, 8 hours, 14 hours. However, there are a lot of speed ups that you can farm within the game. So if I click this button right here, you can see I've got 1 hour and 50 minutes of speed ups. I click this and it shortens my building time. It's a really cool feature, and you get the speed ups through all the different farming and daily activities, as well as sometimes even through battles in the world map. So even though it looks intimidating, like it's a long upgrade, ultimately these upgrades tend to go by much faster. On top of that, you can ask your alliance for help. Now, I've already asked my alliance for help, so you don't see the button right here. These resources are what you use to build your city and also to build your armies, so they're extremely important. And you're not limited to just getting resources from these specific areas like your quarries and your farms. You can also go onto the map. You can see, like right now, I am actually gathering resources from a farm on the world map. Now, what other key buildings do we have within our city? Well, again, we have the Dragon Cave. That one is actually not upgradable. It's the dragons within the Dragon Cave that are upgraded. We also have our Tower of Knowledge. Now, this is a really important one. So if we actually go into our Tower of Knowledge, what you'll see is this is where we learn all of the skills for our Immortals. So each of these skills can be assigned to your Immortals. I talked about this in the previous video. As an example, this chase skill right here says that every magical crit has a 30% chance of causing extra magical damage. Now, I've applied this particular skill to Merlin, who is my strongest magic damage dealer, and I've paired it with another skill, which gives him additional crit rate. So the two together make him hit really hard. Now, if we come back out here and we click on details on Tower of Knowledge, it says right up here at the top, as the level of Tower of Knowledge increases, the damage and healing effects of all skills will also increase. So that means that I've got these really powerful skills on Merlin that are continuing to get stronger as my Tower of Knowledge gets stronger. Now, your barracks within the city, as you increase the level of all four of your barracks, we have the bowmen, shieldmen, cavalry, and spearmen. That is going to increase your training limit. This is actually kind of a big deal because the higher level you get, the more difficult bosses and the more difficult enemies that you're going to fight in the world map. And that means that you're going to take more casualties and you need to be able to train more troops faster. Additionally, you can see like right here at level 30, we're going to unlock the noble bowman. That's going to be true within the spearman barracks and as well as within all of the other barracks. So basically, the point here is that all of your buildings are going to give you significant advantages as you level them up, which means you always want to make sure that you have that third builder going. You can see right now, I have hired an extra builder for a day. You always want to have that third builder going if you can, and you always want to have 3 buildings upgrading. Now, in addition to the benefits that you get from upgrading your city, we also have the academy that we talked about here, where your research is available. Now, research is a big deal, guys. So we have production, troops, immortal, and defense. Let's just start with production. This is pretty straightforward. If you look at speedy construction, which is what I'm actually researching right now, it shows that my building speed increases. So I just made this whole big deal about buildings, right? Well, if we look at the research right here, you can see what I'm going to be doing is increasing my building speed by 3%. So I'm going to get a 24% reduction on all building speed when this is done being researched. Now, in addition to that, you can see a giant kind of like chart on screen right here. So you see speedy construction leads to bumper harvest, full of wood. Great name, by the way, full of wood. Easy quarrying and abundant iron. Also a great name, actually. Which, guys, leave in the comments, which name do you like more, full of wood or abundant iron? I am kind of actually leaning towards abundant iron, but I think they both work. Anyway, guys, so you can see basically I've got all of these research to level 6. What's going to happen here is that in order for me to say my abundant iron is 7, I need my speedy construction to be up to 8. So as we research the, they're almost like prerequisites, right? As we research the prerequisite, you can then research everything that follows underneath. And just for fun, let's take a look at abundant iron. Shocker, it increases the speed of my iron production. If we were to go a little bit further down the graph, you can see lumber mill extension. It's going to increase my lumber mill storage. Guys, all of these things are basically designed to allow you to gather resources more quickly to help you progress in the game more quickly, which means that they're really, really important to your overall progression. Now, while production is important to progression, troops is important to flexing. Because the troops are basically, these are your armies. So if we look at, for example, superhuman speed, which you can see I've got up to level 8, that's my very first thing in the whole chart, or the whole line over here. Superhuman speed is going to increase my marching speed. I've now got a 40% bonus to marching speed, which means that I am able to get to my destinations faster. So if I'm attacking another player, it's 40% faster for me to get there, which means that, that's great in the first place because I only have access to 3 armies right now, so it's 40% sooner that I can actually go attack somebody else when they get back. But on top of that, it's that much less time that the player may notice and be able to garrison or create some sort of defense that's going to cause problems for me. Now again, all of the things that you can research are going to ultimately improve the strength of your armies within troops. So if we look at Arrowstorm, for example, we can see that our bowman's attack power increases. If we were to look at Armed to the Teeth, we can see our Spearman's defense increases. So and this is significant, it's a 10% decrease, a 10% increase in defense. So each of these, once again, they're gonna make our troops stronger. Now our troops are led by our Immortals. So again, we have research related to our Immortals. You can see here I've got Veteran at level 7, which is going to increase the combat EXP earned by my Immortals. That again is a big deal. My Immortals are mostly on my main team, they're mostly level 31 right now. It's reached the point where they are fairly slow to level. So if I go out and do a big raid, for example, I might earn 200,000 experience. My Immortals might need a couple of million experience to level, and so having my Veteran combat EXP increased is helping a lot for me to keep up with that progression. Now the last research that we have down here is defense, and again, so we can take a look, defend and ramparts, our wall durability goes up, so this is important again when an enemy is sieging us. We didn't talk about specifically the castle right here, but just real quick, take a look. So I've got a level 26 castle, that means my Immortals get an additional 2,600 troops, that means I've got better recovery speed, and as an added bonus, within your castle, you can actually assign things like a treasurer, which are going to increase production speed. You can assign military commanders, which is going to increase training speed. You can also get some additional boosts to your technology and building upgrade speed. And you can see, like, when my castle gets to level 29, I get to assign a 3rd scholar. When my castle reaches level 27, a 3rd commander. I just got my 3rd treasurer. So there's definitely value in just building out your castle as fast as you can, and then obviously everything else within the kingdom as well. And then of course, making sure you keep your research going for your technologies and keep your dragons upgrading. So basically keep everything upgrading as long as you can. Anyway guys, we have just one last thing to mention for today's video, which is the promo code that you've been able to see on screen the entire time in this video. So, I just want to point out to you guys, if you click on your Lord's face right up here, this brings you to this screen. You come over here to settings, there is a button that says redeem. This is where you can enter in your gift codes. If you type in the word Xennial, you're going to get 3 free Philosopher's Stones, which is 3 free summons, which is 3 chances to pull an Elite Immortal. So guys, for those of you who have not tried the game yet, there is a download link, of course, in the description. Click the download link, enter this coupon code, get your first 3 summons on me. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And on that note, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.